Yo, broskies, it's me. Yeah, rock the indie pop heartthrob, rock the broski. And we're in some very trying. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm wearing a mask right now because we're going through a global pandemic, and it's called coronavirus. It's very serious. It's very serious. So is police brutality throughout this country. So is the anti-blackness of America. So is POC people, saying the N word and thinking that just because you're, Asian or Hispanic, you can, even though you can't. So is, black people being homophobic, which means that you're also racist because there are LGBT black folk and we need to stop erasing them from the community. There's a lot of serious things going on right now that have been going on for a long time. Coronavirus is relatively new though. So, as you can see, I'm wearing my mask and whatnot. I'm staying 6 feet away from a lot of people. I've been on self-quarantine and whatnot in my house and everything. I have been seeing my friends more recently and whatnot because their reach to other people has been limited. My reach to other people has been extremely limited. I mainly just see them, and that's about it. I make sure to wear my mask. I make sure to also, another thing that everyone can do. I'm gonna show everyone how to do it. You see this? This is this is hand sanitizer. Use it. I'm gonna show you how. So take this, squirt, just get right up there. I love that word. Just squirt a little. I'm sorry. Let me show you. And then rub in. Like, it's just, it's otherworldly. It's called hand sanitizer, and it's otherworldly. Anyway, that's the bare minimum. Use it. Cause some of y'all don't wash y'all behinds, and that's trifling. Anyway, so we know there's a lot of police brutality going on. It has been going on for a long time. There's a lot of racism in the police force. There's a lot of anti-blackness in America. Yada, yada, yada. I've been talking about this so much. I'm going to keep talking about it. And if you don't like it, argue with a wall, because I don't care. Thank you very much. Get out of my comments. Thank you. Anyway. Coronavirus. Coronavirus is a very serious pandemic. It's been a very serious pandemic. It's a disease. It's crazy. Everything's been very crazy and whatnot. We've been on a quarantine for so long. Things haven't been getting easier or better or whatever and whatnot, even though they haven't. People are still dying, losing their lives and whatnot, being stuck in hospitals forever. They're ending up with giant bills and whatnot. And that's another talk, healthcare in America being freaking non-existent because everyone wants to make a profit. And everyone's like, oh, but doctors have to get paid, nurses have to get paid. Yeah, but people have to, live. And they should not be denied aid just because they can't afford it. That's immoral. I don't that's one of those things you cannot argue with a wall about. Oh, you're sick, you need to get help immediately. It's like they need help. So help them. Thank you. So coronavirus. It's really crazy. I know for New Jersey, for an example, and whatnot, the stay-at-home ban has been lifted and whatnot, pretty much. Also, aside from that, restaurants have opened back up. It's literally insane. I was driving on Haddon Ave a day ago or two or whatever, and so many restaurants were open with outside seating and everything and whatnot. And the crazy part is, no one really cares about this whole 6 feet distance thing and whatnot. There were so many times early on in Corona, I would go to Walmart or whatever with my mask, my gloves, and everything and whatnot. And y'all was getting a little too close to me. And I was ready to box. I was like, what's up with it? Y'all. I know, but stay away from me when I'm in Walmart. Stay away from me in the checkout line. Stay away from me, and that's period. Anyway, the restaurants are all open and whatnot, and it's crazy. The tables ain't even 6 feet away from each other. People are out without their masks. People are going and doing things without masks, without washing. They behinds, not showering, this, that, and the third, being dirty, just straight trifling and dirty and whatnot. And people are dying. This is very serious. Coronavirus is very serious. We need to continue to do things about this. You need to continue to wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. That's the bare minimum. Use hot water and soap. Keep using hand sanitizer. It's very amazing. Keep cleaning your behind and washing it. Keep wiping and whatnot. Some of y'all don't wipe, and that's trifling. Keep showering. You need to shower. If you don't shower, you're trifling. That's period. You need to limit your social circle. Limit it. You can't just go see 100 people because that spreads a lot of germs and bacteria. Limit it to 6, 5, 7, 4, 3 if you can, but 2 and 1 if you're like, queen. Anyway, things have been really crazy with coronavirus. I personally do think that they lifted up all this like craziness too quick. I think that people don't and didn't really realize that a disease doesn't just go away. Like, we can get vaccines for it, that's great and whatnot, but hypothetically speaking, if you get it and there's not a vaccine yet, you could die, and that's very serious, or your loved ones could die, and that's very serious and whatnot, and then you'd be sick as heck because you went out and hung out with Dirty Behind Tyler and gave him a favor. Anyway, coronavirus is very, very serious and whatnot. There's a lot of serious things going on and whatnot. Like, racism, very serious, very serious. Black Lives Matter, and that's period. But coronavirus, for example, that's something that we can really, really, really do something about by just staying inside and not going to a restaurant and sitting down in the restaurant and eating at the restaurant and having a table be literally 3 feet away from you and whatnot. That's just crazy. Especially this whole, like outside seating, all that, standing in lines and whatnot, like everything. It's like, stay away from each other. Stay 6 feet apart. Be careful. If you gotta touch, just, wash your hands and be careful. Be clean. Like, coronavirus is pretty serious. Like, we've all been talking about it. Donald Trump, the president of the United States, has talked about it like a little bit and whatnot, and has done a pretty poor job of handling it. And so has, the government. Whereas, with all the riots and protests against police brutality and the racism in America, everyone was ready to call black people and everybody thugs and was ready to beat up on each other and whatnot, which is crazy because that was the same crazy folks that was protesting for haircuts and that they wanted to go outside and they wanted stay-at-home bans lifted. You're weirdos. Weirdos. But what am I going to say? I'm pretty much just saying that this is a serious time. You need to take this seriously and whatnot. You need to, do your part, stay at home, or just limit your space, wash, just stay clean. Like, for real, like, coronavirus, this is, like, something really, really serious and whatnot. Also, I didn't mention it until now, but this is my friend Rico's music playing in the background because he said I could play it. So, I'm, changing it up and whatnot. I'll make sure to link his socials and all that, like his SoundCloud and his Instagram in particular. His Instagram is... I think it's Who So Rico, and then his SoundCloud is Austerities, which is I'll spell it down there. Yeah, you don't need to hear about that right now. I'll spell it down there. Anyway, coronavirus. That's pretty much it. Like, it's a really serious thing. There's not much I can really rant about or argue about or anything and whatnot, because it's just that I know for New Jersey it's stupid to lift everything because everything is being lifted up too early. And everyone just thinks that, just because that there's no more quarantine or whatever, that I can just hang out with all 75 of my friends and it'd be no big deal or whatever and whatnot. And I'm just like, you do know that's not how it goes. Like, there's not even a 100% vaccine yet. So many people have died from coronavirus, and so many people continue to die, and so many people are still in the hospitals, but no one's talking about that. Like, the news and the media, they pick and choose what they talk about to give a certain light of the world and whatnot. Like, how they stopped talking about protests and riots, where they started talking about it in fewer segments and whatnot, and they didn't want to talk about peaceful protests and whatnot. And that's just the media and the news being relatively greedy and corrupt because they pick and choose what to talk about, and they don't really focus around morality and how we should give the same amount of energy towards cops that are killing black people as you want to give to people having riots and protests about cops killing black people. And yeah, we should give that same energy. And how, for example, coronavirus wasn't talked about that much once all of this started up, even though this has been going on for years, and this whole police brutality and racism thing didn't just start up. I'm disappointed in a lot of people that I've seen that this is the first time they ever want to say anything on social media about racism, and it's it's been going on for years. You need to you should have been talked about racism and whatnot. You can't be getting all weird if your black friends want to talk to you about racism and whatnot, because they have to deal with the ramifications of the anti-black energy in this country that they live in. So get it together. And corona, we need to get that together, for real. Stay careful. Wash up, be clean, don't be dirty, wash your behind. Because some of y'all don't like to shower, and that's trifling. That's trifling. I like we love showering over here. We love showering. So do it. Thank you very much. And that's pretty much it I want to say. Yep, so this is my friend, the music in the background, Huso Rico. And I'm Rock the Indie Pop Heartthrob. I'm Rock Dabrowski. All that. And that's pretty much it. Be careful, stay safe, you know. Keep donating to bail funds and keep talking about racism in America. Keep being vocal about coronavirus and keep checking other people, because people like to act a fool and then get mad when someone checks them on their foolishness, which I love to do. Also, I just want to make a note, make sure to keep canceling your local racists, because I don't care how young they are, because these are the people that are going to end up in high, powerful places, and we need to make sure that that does not happen. So make sure that that kid that wants to become a judge doesn't. Thank you very much. And that's the segment, broskies. Thank you very much. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and all that. And goodbye, broskies. Bye.